guys, I'm Nat. I like to think I'm the calm, cool, and sometimes collected one.
What's up, y'all? I'm Teej, and I'm not so collected. I'm more of the crazy and unfiltered one.
And this is another episode of A Crazy Little Thing Called...
The podcast that dives headfirst into the craziness of millennial life.
Welcome to the shit show, guys.
Go.
Welcome back to A Crazy Little Thing Called, a podcast where we dive headfirst into the beautiful, complicated, sometimes crazy thing we call millennial life. And I am Natalie with my lovely apple cider vinegar. Who do I have?
Yeah. And I am a caveman named Teej, as you all can see. I feel like I have not. Thank y'all for joining us again. I have not shaved in I don't know how long. And I actually think I'm taking this beard off today. Like, just gonna detach it.
Oh.
Like going down. I need it. It has been a. But anywho, how have you been, friend? I feel like my lips are dry too. What am I going through today? I don't know. We're just gonna charge to the game. How have you been?
And put together, as you've seen this morning, I was. What do we have going on? But I'm good. I'm good now. Now that I have my eggs, cider vinegar, and my water.
And here I am with my water and my attempt to drink this lovely.
It's so good. I love beet juice.
I love beet juice as well. I think this one is just a little too highly ginginated for me. So we're just gonna, suffer through that. So people watching on YouTube, if you see my faces, I promise it's just because of the ginger. But anywho, yes, how have you been? I've been waiting to ask you so many questions. First of all, how was the 5K yesterday? That was my biggest one.
Yeah. It was good.
Okay.
Yesterday, I signed up for another one in a month. So it's a color one.
The rodeo run?
No,
so you're not doing that one.
Because it's March 1st, and that's when Crystal is doing Kato's birthday, his second birthday on March 1st. So I could do it in the morning and go back to Bowman, but that's too much. So
literally, that is a lot. But okay, this was your first 5K, right?
I've done multiple ones.
No,
but my first one this year. But it was good. I enjoyed it. Okay. I ran with Kiana, and she saw some of her coworkers. But there's a lot of people out there, like adults, kids, like whole gang. Pretty day, nice weather. It was good. Struggling. Yeah, I had to give me motivation.
Okay. Where was it at? Where'd y'all run?
Manville. It's at down 288, but it's so nice out there. We were talking about if more kids grew up in areas like this, they probably would go outside and ride their bikes and whatnot. But we did that as kids. Now I'm taking a tangent. But anywho's,
that's what this show is for.
One of the elementary schools that we passed by on our way there had a whole lake in surrounding the playground, and I was just like, "Oh, what?"
That's different.
But yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed it. Got a medal. I should have brought it here so I can show you. It's
Claps for that.
So
it's a turtle.
Because they had a turtle race or whatnot. Okay. Anywho's, so it was a good time. I will say when I got home, my legs felt like Jell-O, and I immediately put some ice on my knee and elevated it and laid down. And guess what I did? I took a nap.
See, and I was going to. I was gonna text you yesterday because I didn't wake up till late, but I was gonna text you and be like, "So how did it go?" But then I was like, "Wait, I'll just wait until today when I talk to her." But then I was like, "What if something happened? Maybe I should check in." But I was like, "No, it's fine. I would have heard something." But then this morning when I texted you, I was like, "Hey, are we still on for the day?" And you responded late. I was like, "Oh shit."
I stayed up late. I was watching movies on Tubi.
Not you done got down to Tubi. You watch Zeus too?
No, I do watch Zeus. I don't have Zeus, but I was watching Tubi originals as well as just like movies that were on Tubi's. You know?
No, I don't. That is one avenue that I have not took a stroll down yet. And it was funny because I was looking for some movie, and I was like, where is it at? And one of the places it said it was at was Tubi, and I couldn't even tell you what the movie was now. But I was like, wow, not Tubi trying to come up and get exclusives.
They have a lot of Black movies, like old
I assumed.
on Tubi.
Interesting.
But you know, I love a good Lifetime movie, so that's what Tubi is for Black people.
It's the Black Hallmark channel.
Basically, not even Hallmark. Hallmark is a little bourgeois.
Mm-hmm.
I like Hallmark.
I don't think I've ever. I know Natalie and Teej loves, like, obviously the Christmas movies on Hallmark and Lifetime. Like, that's her zhuzh. I have never taken a trip down those streets of Hallmark. I barely watch Lifetime. There used to be some show that was on Lifetime that I would fancy, but I don't remember what. Obviously, it's not on there anymore.
It's Lifetime out. My dad, you go in his house, it's on Lifetime. He watching.
Your daddy?
My whole daddy side family. That's all the TV would be on Lifetime.
Speaking of your daddy side of the family, how did they take the news of you not coming to the anniversary stuff? Did they ever say anything? No.
Well, because I knew. Well, I don't know. I was in Houston, so it wasn't anything that was like planned. Like it was kind of like last minute, and so. But
But
yeah,
yes, I guess that's
clearly I was booked and busy because where was I, TJ?
Yeah, housewarming, which was so fun. I had a good time. There was no problems, no issues. I see like it's crazy. Like on the island, they don't have like a guard at the bottom for like shoe scuffs, and so I like see scuffs just now. As I'm like, I need to wipe that off. Went and bought one of those magic erasers, so I just guess I didn't even notice that. But yes, housewarming was fun. Thank you for all of your help as well as the table. I had a good time, and then finally got you to go out, which I was so shocked by. Because I was thinking about it, like I can't think of the last time we went out, and I'm pretty sure it was Cabo. That was literally, and that was in 2023. So yeah, that's the last time we've been out together.
Why I don't go out? It's because I was out for the count the whole next day.
Oh,
just because I was tired. Because like, what time did I get home? 4?
It was a long day. Yeah, somewhere around there. Maybe no. Yeah, it was probably around 4. Maybe like no, 3:30.
I came home. I took a shower and
same. And then I went. I'm not gonna say that, but yes. No, that was fun. That was a good night. I enjoyed it. That was actually the first time that I've been to Off the Record, and the music wasn't hitting like I wanted it to. Like usually the music at Off the Record, the first place, it was good. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't like it was bad. But normally it's a lot better. Like I don't know who the DJ was that night, but normally the DJ is like on it, where everybody's just like enough to where like I usually once we're at Off the Record, it's like I never leave. Like we'll stay there. So for us to go to Jolie, it was like okay. But Jolie's music was good, so that was a positive. What else is going on? I'm trying to think of what else is. I don't know. And I've asked a bunch of different people this. Was last week like an off week for you?
Last week felt really long.
I was dying all last week. I don't know what it was. Like tired. Like I was just like my energy levels were so, which is why I'm doing this juice cleanse, because I'm like maybe it's something with digestion, like something's weighing me down. I literally Monday I overslept overslept for work. I got up, I think probably like around 7:30, which usually I'm at work by 7. So I woke up late, and then when I get to the car, I forget that my gas light is on. So then I'm like, well, I guess I got to stop and get gas. And I only get gas from Sam's because, excuse me, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But because the gas in my area is so expensive. I guess because just like there's not a lot of gas stations, so they can like they gas me like $3.29, and no, because Sam's gas was like $2.37, and so it's like I drove went that way, and I was like, well, thank you. And so since I was already late, I was like, well, I might as well stop and get breakfast. But so that started Monday, Tuesday, and then I've been staying at work until like 4:30, which I usually leave at like 3:30. Yeah. So I'm like, I was like, what is this? And then I think Monday I came home. Oh, and I edited the episode that came out last week and all that fun stuff. And so then I stopped around like 8, had me a glass of champagne. Cool. Tuesday, left work right around like 4:30. Got home, literally had to do some more stuff for work. Work till like 8:30 that night, which insane. And so, but then for some reason I couldn't go to sleep that night. I don't know what it was. So finally Wednesday, I woke up and was like, yeah, not going into the office. And so I worked from home, which I think I only had like 1 or 2 meetings, which was fine. But then I was like, you know what? I'm about to pop me my sleeping pill. So I went to sleep at like 7 and woke up thinking, because I was already planning on working from home on Thursday. But then I woke up at like 8 o'clock Thursday morning. So I slept for almost 12 hours, and I was like, I'm still tired. And so I was like, I don't know what the heck was going on. And even I don't think I really caught up on sleep until yesterday. And then I felt bad because Ariel's birthday, she did something this weekend, and it was something Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in San Antonio. And I planned on going, had the hotel I was going to get and everything. And then literally Thursday, when I was like, even after sleeping for that long, I still feel like completely drained. So I was like, homegirl, I ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
And so literally
like that, something was in your air.
Yes. And I asked other people, I was like, does anybody else like, and a lot of people said, yeah, it was like just a weird week. I don't know, like something was off. And I'm like, but literally Friday, finally, I went and got a manicure, pedicure, and a massage. And I was like, I'm just going to chill this whole weekend. Literally barely talked to anybody yesterday. Like, kept my phone pretty much on Do Not Disturb. Watched Harlem. Have you watched the last season? I just finished that last night. So fucking rushed. I hate that show is over.
I didn't finish it, and so I'm still watching. I'll do that today. But it's over now. Like, I know this was the last, but it's done with the episodes. And like the ending.
Six episodes. That's it. I was so sad because it ended very well, but still, like, that show was so good because that's gone. Plus, Run the World is gone too, and so I'm just like, where are the black shows? Where are they? Can we get one that lasts? I'm holding on to Abbott Elementary because that's been my comfort show as of lately. I caught up on that, I think, on probably Friday night. Yes, and so that's been there. You caught up? I was 2 episodes behind, so I finally watched those. But yeah, I don't know. So I've been trying. I think I always get into that, which this happens so randomly, where like I get so focused on work stuff that I forget all the boundaries I put in place for it. So I'm like trying to remind myself to do those things and like actually take time. Because remember, I used to go get massages once a month. Every Sunday was self-care Sunday, and I would been slipping. So I'm like, I need to add those things back in. So literally next weekend on Saturday, yes, I'm literally going vinyl shopping because I haven't been in I know, why did I say that way? I'm literally going vinyl shopping because it's been forever since I went and just shopped for vinyls. And I'm like, you know what? Let me go do fun stuff.
You literally got some new ones, but you need some more.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, I need more. Yeah, I've listened to the 2 of them. I haven't got the 3rd one. They're sitting on your... Which I have so much liquor, more than I think I will know what to do with. However, last night I did make me a Crown Peach tea. Oh, so good, so good. I used to go to, I don't know what bar it was, maybe Walk-Ons, I think, and they had that, and so I would get that in wings. And ever since then, I'm like, I can make this at home, even though it's rare that I buy any liquor outside of tequila. Yeah, but I did have the Crown Peach, and then someone gave me another bottle of Crown Peach for my housewarming. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's a sign I need to keep making these because I haven't had liquor, and when we went out. But Yeah, no, it was a interesting week, and I'm slowly, and but then this week again, I just be doing there's too much going on. I'm starting to realize this. Remember how I was telling you that I may go to Beaumont for the Friday before my housewarming because my cousin, it was senior night, but I decided not to go. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go at least because they play BU for the last game of the season. Yes, which is Tuesday. So now I'm going to Beaumont Tuesday after, I think I'm going to leave work at 2 to get there because I know traffic's going to be terrible, any time before then. So
I feel like that too.
After me. See, exactly. But I have a meeting that's in person, a walkthrough. So I can't leave until after 2. So literally going to go. The game doesn't start till 7, so I have plenty of time. But still, I haven't decided if I'm going to drive back the same night because I'm sure the game will be over by 9 o'clock. But it's the last game of the season and they're playing BU. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to drive back that night or if I'm going to drive back in the morning. Because my first meeting isn't until 11 o'clock on that Wednesday. It's not in person, but I have my training session. Because I was supposed to start my trainings back up last week and then literally overslept on Wednesday. And then I was like, mm-mm. And then Friday, literally same thing. I was like, I went to sleep relatively early that Thursday too and still woke up Friday at like 7:30, which my training session, that's 7:30. And I was like, y'all, yeah, this ain't it. Something wrong.
My life is a little hectic. And then I listen to yours.
And I don't know why I do this to myself. It just seems like everything is happening like right now. Because now me and Decalia are going look at the event venue on Thursday. Because I guess she's off on Wednesday, Thursday. She was like, can we get a tour? So I scheduled one. So it's at 11:30 on Thursday. But I'm like, I gotta go there. Which I think I was planning on working from home on Thursday anyway. And it's 15 minutes from my house. So I was going to go do that. But then I have a project that is supposed to be kicking off on Thursday. So I'm like, do I need to be there? So I'm like, maybe I'll just go after I just want to rest. So,
I'm over here
yes,
thinking,
I don't know.
Okay, I got these clients all day. And that's it. So,
yeah, lucky you. Lucky
I'm already
you.
tired.
So, yeah. Literally, that's I don't know why I do these things to myself. But I try to appease myself by saying, it'll pay off in the long run.
Where?
I don't know.
How? No.
There's just so much going on. Thanks for your vote of confidence. Oh, and I have a doctor's appointment in the morning that I've been trying to have forever. Like I was supposed to have it the day of the snowstorm. Huh?
Is it just a regular wellness exam? Yeah.
No, not it was a checkup for my meds. Just following up. But remember I was telling you, the last time I met with her, I was asking about wanting to get my ears checked. And she was like, oh, yeah, that's fine. I was like, okay, I'll make it in person this time. That was supposed to be the day of that the snowstorm happened. Because it was right after I got back from vacation. I was off. So I pushed it till the Friday before my housewarming, I think. But then she was sick. So then I had to push it to now Monday at 7 a.m. So on my way into work, which luckily that is on the way. Yeah. But I'm hoping, because every time I clean my ears now, I'm like, she could probably just use that little water thing, just all that out. But I'm like, I guess it's perfect timing because I can ask her, my energy, I've just been really fatigued. Can we check to make sure everything's... So I guess the timing is right, but I'm just like, one more thing on the list to do. But I'm very happy, as you can see.
That I need it because I'm well past a wellness annual checkup. But I was waiting until I found a doctor out here. And so I looked for that last week, I think, and I found one. Okay. I could walk down the street to her.
Oh.
It's a black doctor.
It's Memorial Hermann?
No, she has her own,
okay.
Clinic or whatever. But yeah, it's a family medicine. Yeah.
Typically. Because when I lived in that area, I went to that Memorial Hermann, and that's where I found... Well, no, I started off at the Memorial Hermann, but then the doctor that I had, she went into research, I think it was, and moved facilities. So then I found a black doctor at the Kelsey Siebold right there in front, and I loved her. But then when I moved to Katy, I think it was, I was still going to try to see her, but then she moved all the way to Gulfgate. And I was like, I ain't driving that far.
Yeah.
So now I found this new doctor and been rocking with her ever since, and I love her. So finding a good doctor. She's not black. She's Middle Eastern, Indian. Yeah. So yeah, I have a nice, well-rounded medical staff. They're all women though, so that's a positive. But yes, what else is going on in your life before we jump into stuff? What do you have going on this week? Huh?
I said,
Oh, you froze right when you were drinking water, and I was like, huh?
What is this weekend? Oh, this weekend is Valentine's weekend.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
What is this weekend? I'm actually looking forward to it because I have Monday off because it's President's Day. So
is it? Oh, it is.
So I don't have specific plans this weekend, but
I'm assuming Twin coming out there.
Yeah, he's coming out here Saturday, because he gets off Friday. Yeah, Saturday morning.
Oof, I don't say I gotta be driving tonight. That's why I'm.
No, he's off Friday. Sorry, he's coming out here Friday morning. He took off.
Oh, Prish. Are you off Friday? Oh, you don't take clients on Fridays. Have you still been holding that back? Proud of you.
I had a client last Friday. Just one. You know, it's not all the time.
Yeah. I guess. Anything else before we can jump into? We can take a break and then jump into the lovely episode.
No, I think that's it. You know, I was just when I had met up, because I met up with Kiara, Kiana, and Wesley, and we had crawfish last Wednesday.
It's crawfish season.
But they were so tiny. We went to the boot. Yeah, they're just
never heard that one.
But I was just like, anywho's. But I was just telling them, I was like, literally, I've just been working out. Like, that has literally just
I'll be getting your notifications.
So yeah, other than that, life's pretty boring, routine. But I'm not mad at it because, like I said, I listen to yours and
I don't know. I enjoy it in the moment, but then I think I'm neglecting how much it's actually taking out of me.
Yeah.
And like with this new organization, like it's only right now because the rest of the board has just like officially been appointed. Like last week we did. So I'm like trying not to throw everything on them right now. So I'm like, March, y'all, because we have our officer retreat coming up in 2 weeks. Yeah. And so after that, I'm like, because even the other co-lead, she was like, you need to learn to delegate. And I was like, oh no, I know how. I was just trying not to overload them right now. I was like, now, at least for work, things are kind of slow. So I have the ability to kind of take on more. But trust and believe, I'm about to start.
I feel like next month is going to be reversed. Because for me, March, well, it's not reversed because you still have stuff in March. But I have something every weekend, I think. Literally in March. And I'm not looking forward to it. I got birthdays, bachelorettes, weekends.
I know. I need to start because DK's been I'm gonna use Hobnob, what I used for my housewarming, that, and so she finally sent me all the numbers, and I said I was gonna create it. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but again, like I said, I took a weekend to do nothing. Like this is literally the only thing that I'm really doing this weekend. Because the juice cleanse, and then randomly last night, because I was supposed to do this juice cleanse full through, and I kind of told you, I usually do these during the week, so like I'm busy at work, I'm not thinking about food. But yesterday, at about like 6 o'clock, I had literally the most random cravings, and I was like, pregnant? What the fuck is it? Like literally, I wanted quesadillas, meatballs, nachos, and I wanted a lemon cake. I don't know where that came from.
Cause that's baby
apparently right. I should have just wore the Burberry button down and been just sitting right here. But no, so I literally last night I did make chicken quesadillas and I did queso, and then now for the Super Bowl I'm going to do the meatballs with nachos. I didn't get lemon cake though. I did stop myself from going too far over on the edge. But yeah, no, it's been this year's just turning out to be too big.
A juice cleanse to eat all of that at the end of the day. The silence is
It is. I don't know. I randomly literally was just like, yeah. And it wasn't like I was doing the juice cleanse to lose weight. So I was like, my energy was so that I felt like I needed to flood my system with nutrients. And then, yeah, that kind of fucks it up. I know. But I do feel better today after juicing all day and then eating literally like shit in the after evening. So we'll see. But I didn't want to do the full out because I really am. Now that I messed up last week, I really do need to get back into the gym 4 days a week. And so I don't want to do a juice cleanse and then Monday still be on the juice cleanse and die in the gym because I have nothing in me but juice. Especially because I'm sure she's going to be like, you missed both of your sessions last week. Time to die. And I'm going to be like, So I didn't. Yeah. So now we're just juicing till dinner. But we'll see how that affects. Like I'll look smaller next time because this beard will be gone too. We'll see. But we are going to take a break. Before we do, make sure y'all are following us on the socials at Crazy Little Pod and on YouTube now. Thank y'all for the people that have been watching on YouTube so far. We'll be posting. So the episodes come out on Wednesdays and then the videos come out on Thursdays on YouTube. So be sure to check that out. And I was doing some research this morning. Apparently you can stream your podcast on TikTok. So I'm going to look into that and see how that is. Right. I don't know. I just saw the little blurb on TikTok and I was like, that's for later. But I did take my meds today, so I can't focus on it. But we're going to... I haven't taken those in all week either. That's the other thing. Maybe that's why I was off, because I didn't take my meds on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and probably, and we will be right back to jump into this week's episode. We have returned, everyone. Thank you for following us after the break. We need to get better commercials. Like we don't have sponsor stuff, but we need to record like random stuff instead of just the elevator music.
I'm gonna record a meditation. Let's pause for a meditation break. Absolutely.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you have the voice for it. You could do it. I believe in you. You can do. And now take 10 seconds to focus on your breathing. Go touch some grass. And take us with you. Anyway, enough of that. That would be kind of fun though. I need to do that. I said I needed to get into yoga. I know I don't know if I said yeah.
Yoga.
Sorry. I can't remember what we talked about on the thing, but yes, yoga. Need stretching. Need to incorporate stretching into my daily practices. Do you do that? I'm assuming that you're working out. You do some kind of stretches?
Yes, but I think I do want to do a yoga thing.
But I need like a beginner yoga because I am like zero flexibility, like at all. Yeah. Like at all. Yeah, it's bad. But anywho, we're going to jump into this week's episode, which is a Teej production, a last minute Teej production.
You become.
Yeah. Yeah. We were very unprepared because life does that. Life comes at you fast. But we, being the adaptable, what is the scientific name for humans? Homo sapiens that we are. We are adaptable and can find things that we can talk about. So we're going to have there you go. We're going to have a lovely episode of Hot Topics. I don't have a name for them. Do you have a name for them?
Hot Topics. Oh, it's one of them days.
So original. It is. We've already talked about how my week has been, and so, but we're going to power through. This will probably be a shorter episode, but it is okay because, like I always say, when it's your show, you do what you want. So we're just going to talk about some things that have been happening in the news, not political at all, because don't believe in doing that. But yes, and I know you already mentioned this during our pre-show, whatever we call it, cooking session, as I watch you make eggs and tea, of not knowing much about this. But the Grammys did happen, and I did watch. I'm 1,000% sure you did not.
I did not, but I've seen lots and lots of clips on TikTok.
On TikTok. Of course you did. So we'll go through, oh gosh, something in my eye now. We'll go through some of just the main things. I want to get your thoughts and opinions because I actually did watch the show, the whole thing. I usually always watch the Grammys. That's like one of the few award shows that I watch. Like that, the VMAs occasionally, they've been falling off. And then maybe the Oscars. Those are like the only ones that I watch. The other ones like Golden Globe, it's not my cup of tea. Because those don't have performances. I think that's actually the only reason why I watch those. The Oscars has performances. Yeah, it's just like you sitting there. But yes. So, big thing. Obviously, Beyonce won Album of the Year, finally, for the first time ever. Have you ever listened to Cowboy Carter? I know you probably listen to like songs, but
about that when I went to go eat crawfish, we were talking about that because I was like, this is one of her albums that I really don't know anything about. But I've heard clippets of some songs, but obviously I was hearing the aftermath of what's to follow now that she's won, that this is going to be astronomical in price with the tour and stuff. But people are like, I'm going to pay whatever. Like, oh, okay.
So, I enjoy the album. It's not my favorite of hers. Yeah. I did enjoy the album. It has a lot of songs on there that I really like. Obviously, country isn't really my thing. Or Americana, I guess, is more so what would be considered. But I am going on to this tour because I did not get to see Renaissance, which I am still devastated by. I did see the movie 3 times, but I didn't get to experience it. So I'm going to experience this. I'm sure so I've looked online and they've said like the cheapest tickets that they have are $80 and then they go up to like $800, which I'm assuming that's like for the VIP, all that stuff like that. I don't plan on doing VIP. I've signed up for a couple of the pre-sales so that I can make sure that I get tickets this time. I usually like the most I'll pay for her would be like $300 to $400, depending on where it's at. I'm not paying $400 for nosebleeds, but I'll pay $400 for, some decent seats. But because I did not go see the last one and it was amazing, I am going to this.
Is it June, July?
It's in June in Houston. I think like June 28th and 29th or 26th, 27th. It's a Saturday and a Sunday. But usually what she'll do, because I think I looked at the dates and there wasn't like any dates like for the next 5 days after that. Normally, like if those start selling out, she'll add another show to it because she's only going to 9 cities. And so, but she's doing like 3 shows at each because I guess it's just, the demand of whateverness. So yes, I will be in that number this year. I don't know if I'll go all out and do the cowboy attire because I'm really iffy on buying stuff to wear for one, but because cowboy boots are expensive as shit. I don't know if you've ever had to buy them. I haven't, but I just know that they are. And I'm like, where else am I going to wear cowboy boots? I don't go to the rodeo like that. Right, but I don't barely go to the rodeo. I'm hoping I can get some free tickets to the rodeo this year so we can bring our tradition back. But I don't really have a desire to wear cowboy boots anywhere else, but maybe we'll see what I do with that. But
you can like get the attire aspect of it, like
let's wear some denim.
Yeah,
denim on denim on denim. Yep, that's in one of her songs. I don't know if you know that or not.
No.
Elsewhere at the Grammys, she also won for Best Country Album, which I think she's the first Black woman to win in like 50 years, something like that, 30, 40, 50 years, which was insane. I was actually shocked by that one.
More on talk about that.
The hashtag discourse has been fun to watch, which I don't, like I said in the last episode, I don't doom scroll anymore. So I haven't seen too much of this stuff. I know there was a big thing about like Billie Eilish's fans and her going back at it or stuff like that, which granted, Billie Eilish's album was really good. Like I will give her that. But Billie has won, like, I think this is the first time she's ever lost a Grammy she was nominated for. So it's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. You will survive. Especially if Taylor Swift was drunk as hell. This award show actually made me kind of like Taylor. I was like, oh, okay. She's not as bad. She was not a sore loser because she didn't win anything either, I don't think.
The clip, people were saying like, Taylor Swift when such and such won, and then they were like, Taylor Swift when Kendrick Lamar won, and she was dancing,
throwing that ass. She was backing it up, which is a great segue into Kendrick, who also won all 5 of the awards he was nominated for. I'm assuming you've heard "Not Like Us," right? It's everywhere. I'm assuming you've heard it. Do you like the song? What are your thoughts on it?
It's catchy.
It's right. It is, and it's a vibe. But yeah, so he was up for 5 awards and won all 5, including Song and Record of the Year. And this is the first time that the big 3, which is Album of the Year, Song of the Year, Record of the Year, were all won by Black artists. And so that was an interesting little moment too. But everyone is obviously. Are you a Drake fan?
I mean, I feel like I'm not a fan of anybody. I like
anybody
them all, but if they put them together, I mean, obviously, I think I've been more so on Kendrick because,
of course, Mr. Lamar. Yes. So yeah, that happened, and actually, I do like the song, and I actually really liked his album that he put out. And I kind of want to go see him and SZA on tour. I just haven't bought. I'm trying to get back into my tour bag because I feel like I didn't go to a lot last year. I have. Oh, maybe I did. We did because we saw Mariah. We saw who was the other person we went and saw? Oh no, I saw Maxwell with Pears.
yeah.
But I feel like we went to 2 concerts last year too, but I don't remember what they were.
I remember seeing Mariah, which was
right. But yes, no, I don't know if I want to go see it because I've never seen either of them on tour. So to see them together, I'm like, oh, this will be great. So yeah, debating on that, especially because I really liked the album and I loved SZA's album, and I didn't get to see her on tour when she went for SOS. So I'm like, eh. And I think actually today she's putting out like the deluxe, like has like 5 more songs that were supposed to be on it. I don't know. So we'll see. But I might go. And speaking of tours, before we continue on the Grammys, we never confirmed. Do you still want to go see JoJo? Did you even listen to her little EP that came out? It's like 6 songs.
No, I did not. And when
I don't even know how much they cost now.
Yeah,
it's like February 25th. It's like the second stop on the tour, and usually I'm like, I'll wait and see like what the set list is, but it's literally the second show. So I'm like, there's not much time to prepare. But I haven't even looked to see what prices were. I don't even know because she's not usually expensive. I think last time we paid $40.
Yeah,
her. I don't know. I'm gonna look and see. Maybe I'll just go. I need to get in the habit of going on to tours by myself. But anywho, because I haven't found out. I don't know who the hell I'm going to see Beyonce with. I might just have to go solo on this one, unless I see if Brie wants to go. Because I know you ain't going. Next up on the from the Grammys, do you listen to Sabrina Carpenter?
Yes. Well, I like her espresso song.
One song? Mm-hmm. Of course you do.
There's one song that I like of hers. Please.
Taste? Please. Yep, the 2 big hits. So, and I've been meaning to tell you, I think you would actually enjoy her whole album. It seems very much your vibe of stuff. There's a song called Good Graces and this is my first time ever really getting introduced to her. Apparently she's has like 5 albums.
Oh.
Who knew? And because she was on Disney Channel. She was on The Girl Meets World, which also did not know. But she won Best Pop Vocal Album or something like that. And it's actually a really good album. And that was what a lot of people were saying is this year the category for Album of the Year was actually really stacked with good stuff. So it was like we didn't know if Beyonce was going to win, because usually the albums that she goes against, it's like she's the clear winner. Like she should have won a long time ago. But this one was actually, because it had Sabrina Carpenter, Billie Eilish, her obviously, Andre 3000 had a flute album, which actually was good, but there was like no words. So there's that. And then somebody else was in there that was big, but I can't remember who it was. So it was like, but she won it. But anyway, Sabrina Carpenter's album is really good. I would say maybe even put it on today while you're like cleaning or doing your notes. I think you would actually really enjoy it. I know you're not going to, but I think you should. I know my friend and I know music. And I know your music. But I actually do think. Okay, you said you were going to do that to Tim's album, and I don't think you ever listened to Tim's album.
I'd be forgetting until somebody like actually reminds me in the car when I'm there.
Did you listen to Tyler's album? I feel like you did listen to Tyler's album. I feel like we talked about this.
I never listened to complete albums.
Full albums.
Yeah, I just listened to specific songs. You're one of
those.
Yeah.
One of those. And that's fine. I'm not judging at all. And then one of the last things about the Grammys that I want to mention was Doechii, which I'm sure you do not know who that is. Oh, no. Yes.
I do know who Doechii is.
Yeah, because she did have a popular TikTok song. That I have to think about if it's on TikTok. I'm sure that's how you would. Because I also don't listen to radio, so I don't hear stuff that's on the radio because I don't really have my aux plugged in. So I'm thinking like you wouldn't just randomly scroll and pick a Doechii song, would you?
Well, no, but yeah, I've seen her on TikTok, but because of Issa Rae, like I seen that she.
Yes, she was in that "Denial Is a River" skit, which was actually really good. But yeah, she won for Best Rap Album, which is funny because it's a mixtape, and I always thought that was weird how people like can win off a mixtape. But anyway, the mixtape was actually really good, and she's actually the third woman to ever win Best Rap Album, which is insane to me because there's so many good rap albums. I'm actually surprised like Glorilla wasn't in there for her album because Glorilla's album was really good, or Lotto, or who else put out Megan? Her album was really good last year. So I'm like, it's weird how it was nothing but men and she was the only woman in the category. I mean, she deserved to win, but it's like there was so much good music that came out last year that I'm just like, really? It was nothing but men and Doechii? Because again, Glorilla's album was chef's kiss. Yes, and then the last thing that is not really music related, but it did happen at the Grammys. Did you see Kanye and his wife? Have you seen that? Of what she wore? And so I've obviously they've been doing weird stuff, and there's all those theories of like I don't want to say he's brainwashed her, but like she's being held against. I don't know what is going on, but I don't know what the purpose was. And apparently there was reports that like he wasn't even invited to the Grammys, like they just showed up and then she was just naked pretty much, but like but had clothes on.
No,
I don't know.
It's literally it was like a see-through dress. Like,
and it wasn't even it looked like I don't know. It was weird. And again, I don't know because he wasn't there to promote anything. I don't really know what she does, if I'm being honest. But yeah, that was just so random that you just show up and just do that. And I was saying I saw people on TikTok saying like the contrast between that when he was dating Kim Kardashian, and remember she showed up at the Grammys all covered, and it was like all covered to all uncovered. Nothing. Like, yeah, it's that whole thing. And then so there's been the conversations where he's gotten back on social media, which but I've seen, because initially I remember back when he was with Kim, it was allegedly announced that he was bipolar, but he didn't like taking his meds because it ruined the creative, juices, which as a person who was on meds, not for bipolar, but on meds, I can see how that could happen. Because I remember when I was on I don't know what the heck that was, but how zombie you become. And so like, I get it. But then now he put out some statement sometime this week about how he was misdiagnosed and he's actually autistic and all this stuff like that, which could potentially check out. I don't know if those symptoms are, more along those.
Like, he's very socially
awkward.
I didn't want to say awkward, but it does seem like
I will.
Yeah. That was
Yeah, but and so my thing with him is I'm trying to think of how to, because mental illness.
It's a TikTok thing, and it was like words. I'm finding it. Give me a second.
Yeah, it take you that long? Mm-hmm. Yes, I do remember that. I remember that. How there's a person, and I won't even use him, just like a person in general that can acknowledge that they have some type of neurodivergent something, whether it be bipolar or now being on the spectrum. But I guess it goes down to not seeing their actions as being problematic. Because why wouldn't you want to get help for that?
Right.
Because now like this week of like the random social media tweets about how he loves Hitler and how he's a Nazi and all this stuff. Like, yeah, all these things, and I'm just like, do we not see this as you don't in your mind see this as problematic to say these things? And so why wouldn't you want to in some kind of way, especially when your whole career was like so based upon being outspoken in support of Black people.
Yeah.
And now you're like 360 at a 180, because 360 puts you back in the same place. But yeah, it's weird. That's been weird, a weird thing to watch. And granted, I haven't listened to a Kanye anything since college. I don't care enough about it, but it's very intriguing to me to watch a person that was such a huge public figure, like literally change into something that's yeah. I mean, it's almost like, well, not the, I was gonna say it's kind of like Diddy, but no, not really, because I didn't really keep. But speaking of that, did you have anything you wanted to add to Kanye? Because I'd have another topic that I wanted to bring up. Or Grammys at all.
Oh yeah, to Kanye, but the Grammys. What's her name? Apple Barone. It's just in my head. Her performance, like, it was just so precious.
I've always heard her name, but I've never listened to any of her music. Like, if someone was playing a song, I would be like, oh, who's this? Never knew. I did like the song, and I said I was going to attempt to listen to her album, because I never did. And at first, that's what I was going to do, because the housewarming was a pre-Grammy brunch. I actually wanted to have everybody vote, like, on stuff, and then I was going to have, like, a prize the next day for people, and I was going to make a playlist of all the albums so you can listen to each of the... I ain't doing that. Maybe another year. But I said I do want to listen to her album, because her performance was great.
Yeah.
Actually, all the performances, even that Benson Boone guy, I've never really, because again, I don't listen to the radio. I didn't mind his song.
What was it? SZA's? Yeah. Response. SZA's response to him performing.
His performance. Mm-hmm. And she was like, Yeah, no, I've heard, because there was a clip that was going viral of like him on Genius. It's like the thing where they like break down their lyrics and they're singing, and like he was literally just like yelling the lyrics, and I was like, what is this song? And then I hear this and I'm like, oh, that's really how the song is. Yes. And then like him doing the backflip off the piano, it was craziness. But all of the performances are really good. I love Doechie's performance. Ray, who I found out about Ray, I want to say last year, because I watched her Coachella set last year, because everybody had been talking about her, and amazing. She can sing her ass off. Teddy Swims. Yes, she reminds me, and she's British, so you know what happens. Teddy Swims, I've heard the name, but I've never really listened to him before. I got him and this is gonna sound so bad, him and Jelly Roll mixed up, because they're both soulful white singing men, and they're both kind of heavy set. No, you don't know who Jelly Roll is?
I know who Jelly Roll is.
Oh, okay, but doesn't Jelly Roll sing?
I thought Jelly Roll
doesn't he sing
country?
Does he sing country?
I thought so.
Okay,
that's why.
Well, I think Teddy Swims dang near could. He sounded like Chris Stapleton. He could just cross over. You know, they jump into the black space first and then cross back over, just like Post Malone did. But his performance was good. Shabuzi's was good. I like Shabuzi. Somebody else sung during the little best new artist thingy, but I can't remember who it was. Sabrina Carpenter's performance was really good. I don't know if you've seen that, but I like how she's funny. She has a lot of personality in her performances. Like, that has been that it was a really good show. It was the first time it was a good show in a while to me, based on just like everything. Like, all the performances were good. The awards, the people that won, it was very in line with kind of like the consensus of the masses, outside of obviously Best Country Album, because they mad about that. But no, it was actually a really good show. This was the first time that the 4 hours didn't feel like 4 hours, because them shows be dragging on and on. But the segue that I was making, I haven't been keeping up with the Diddy drama, but I know D Woods from Danity Kane recently did an interview, because I think she's in one of those documentaries that's coming out about him. Yeah. And did you see Day 26 did an interview? I want to know. I want to know everything, because obviously Aubrey O'Day has been saying this for years about this man. And everybody looked at her like she was just a crazy white girl, which she's made some questionable decisions, i.e. Donald Trump Jr., and all the plastic surgery. But she looks more like herself now. But we had never really heard Day 26 say anything until now. And so, like, for them to be on the interview and, like, for them to start breaking down crying, like, while talking about it, I was like, I am so curious, and I hope that that's the story I want, because I was so invested in making the band all 4 seasons that I'm just like, because even some of the ones from oh god, what was the first band before Danity Kane? Oh, wasn't it the band? Yeah, them. That's where the name came from. Yeah, some people from that iteration have also spoken out, and I'm just like, I mean, everybody can't be lying, right? So yeah, that's been interesting to see. The Day 26 one woke me up, because both of those groups, Day 26 and Danity Kane, I was so invested, and for them both to just kind of go nowhere. And it was funny because I remember when Aubrey did some interview not too long ago, she was, talking about the situation and how, like, he had asked them to sign NDAs to get their masters back or something. A lot of them didn't. And so she was talking about it, and she was like, notice how our show is the only cult classic MTV show that they don't play reruns of. Why is that? And I want to know why. Probably because of how problematic it was.
Yeah.
But just like whenever the America's Next Top Model, like when that got put on streaming and everybody was like, Tyra, I don't know about this. So I'm sure he's like, I don't need them to re-see this, because it was so good. That show was so good, and I really want more from all of them. The next hot topic that I wanted to bring up is today, obviously, is Super Bowl Sunday. We're recording this on the lovely Super Bowl. Are you going to watch the game? Do you ever watch?
I literally said to my man and my mom the other day, I said, this house will not see a football. Because I'm not going anywhere. Like, nobody's here. It's myself. Like, I probably won't even turn on the game at all. And I'm fine with that. I'm okay with being out of the loop, out of the know. I'll learn about it all through TikTok. That's fine.
Yes, you will.
Now, if I were somewhere, like, of course, I would be watching it there, but I'm not about to just watch it myself.
Has it ever been, like, a big thing in your house growing up at all, either? See, funny enough, like, even, like, obviously my dad watches it all the time, but even my mom and grandmother, I think the first one that I remember distinctly was the one where Prince performed, because my uncle, my mom's brother, was a huge Prince fan, and so my mom is a huge Prince fan, and I remember, like, no one would be coming over to the house. It was just like me, my mom, my grandmother. I don't know if my grandfather was still alive at the time. I don't even know if my brother had to have been born, so maybe he was there. But they would cook like the Million Man March is coming and watch the game. And, like, that's always just, I guess, so I've always watched it. Granted, I care zero about either of these teams. I'm pulling for the Eagles just because I'm tired of the Chiefs winning everything. But I'm going to watch. I'm really excited about halftime because Kendrick Lamar, obviously. And he's already said he's bringing out SZA. And so I'm hoping there's more surprise guests during it. But I've always, just always have. I don't know. It's just like a cultural thing.
I think I've always watched it elsewhere. Like, so it's not weird, but it is kind of like, I don't have anything going on today kind of thing. But yeah, because my brother watched it. I think we always kind of went to my Aunt Lala's house because my Uncle Mike, he would watch it, and my brother and him on that. But yeah, other than that, and then other than that, I feel like I've always went with, like, X and his family, and
right, because they also are big in it. Because I will never forget the year. I don't know where me and my dad were for previously or before it happened, but I remember us going to their house. This was the year Janet Jackson performed, and the whole titty thing happened. And I remember it happened. It happened while my dad and I were en route to their house, and so obviously they had DVR back then, so they had to rewind it, and it was like, it was this whole thing. And so I just, every year, I've just always had some random Super Bowl memory. And I think the past 2-3 years, I've always watched it by myself. And I'm obviously, I love music and I love concerts and I love production and stuff like that. So I've always been interested in the halftime show. And since, I think it's been like 4 years now, or maybe longer than that, since Jay-Z and Rock Nation kind of took over the who does it. And then ever since Apple took over, because it used to always be Pepsi. Pepsi was a sponsor of the halftime show. And I think it's been 3 years now, maybe, since Apple did it, and just the production value of it. So I'm like always in awe of how they're going to do. Because like, if you think about it, they have 13 minutes and I think it's total like maybe 15, 16, because they have to set up that stage, perform and break it down all during. I'm like, so like, I would love to I'm never, knock on wood, because ticket prices are expensive as shit. But I would love to witness that happening. Like the taking down, I don't know, that stuff like that. I'm so weird. I'm such a nerd when it comes to stuff like that. But that, I don't know, it literally. So yes, I will be watching, rooting for the Eagles. Another fun fact about this Super Bowl is that man, the president, is actually going to be in attendance, and he will be the first sitting president to attend the Super Bowl. And again, we're not getting political, but I just find it weird because as I've been like partially ignoring the political cycle of all this stuff in the past 2 weeks, it always seems like he's everywhere else but doing the job he's supposed to be doing. So I'm always confused. Like, how do you have time to just fly to New Orleans to watch a football game? I don't know. I just found that weird. Because when I saw that and it was like the first sitting president, I was like, huh. Because usually I think like the first lady will go. You know, like they do that. It's like, honey, I got work to do. Can you go in my place? But is he like, I got shit to do? What? Well, like, that makes zero sense to me.
He needed to sign in January, so he got time.
Apparently. Apparently. Yeah, that is so. It's one of those things, not getting political. It's one of those things where I feel like it's one of those times where I'm actually wanting to pay attention to politics, not because of what he's doing, but to see the response of like the resistance or whatever of it, just to see like in what ways can we help, or like what we need to be more informed about, especially like in what next year is there another next year is another election. So I'm like, here we go again. But also I'm wanting to be more informed and actually making right decisions. I don't know. I hate politics. Can we just be single forever? Actually, not forever, but
Girl who made a TikTok, and she was like, kind of like talking to her phone like we were on FaceTime. She's like, listen, y'all, I'm in Walgreens because go to Target, but wait, can we go to Walgreens? Well, I'm in Walgreens anyways. So, and then she was talking. I died laughing because that's literally like everything that we do, we gotta think, can we do this? But I'm like, I haven't been to Target, and Target, and I haven't been to Target.
Which brings me to actually the next thing that I want to talk about, and it's all this lovely DE&I stuff, which I guess you kind of just answered it in a sense. But so all these companies are rolling back all of their DE&I initiatives and stuff like that, and it's actually not funny that they're doing it, but obviously I work for a company that manages other companies and stuff like that. So we have a lot of people that work on accounts like Amazon and Google and stuff like that. And so we were having, for the organization that I'm in within my company, we had a call with all the national leads for this BRG that we're in. And so some people were saying how like, oh yes, I am on the Amazon account. And so obviously they're one of the companies that Amazon, there's Walmart, Target, and Meta, all that are rolling back. Like there's been these statements about, they're rolling back their DE&I stuff. And it was interesting because that came out first. And then we had this call, I think it was like 2 weeks ago now. And one of the girls was like, she's on the Amazon account. And she was saying how some of these companies aren't rolling back their efforts. They're renaming them. Instead of DE&I, like they're putting it under something else. I don't know, because she was on the Amazon account, and obviously we saw the Amazon rolls back DE&I. But then she's saying they just renamed it from DE&I to like employee support something. I don't know what the actual name was. And so it brought up in my mind about it's almost like the broader company is doing these outward things to appease that man while internally doing other things. And I'm wondering with stuff like Target, who has always been super supportive of black businesses and stuff like that, them rolling back their stuff. I wonder if like the inner workings, like there's no one, at least that I've seen from like Target corporate or something like that saying, yes, we're doing that, but it's being rolled into, to like a piece. Because that is shocking to me because black people love Target. Like we've been there with them. I found my thermals there before my trip because nobody else had them. And I'm like, there's so many black owned brands that be there that I literally went just for that, especially the clothing stuff. Or I'll go get my vinyls from there if I can't find like a new release vinyl and I don't want to hunt through a record store. Like, it's crazy. So have you, or like even Sam's? I was shocked because I got a Sam's card.
I was like, I'm gonna get a Costco card because I don't have either.
I need to,
but my mom has Sam's and whatnot. But I was like, there's a Costco obviously right down the street, and I was like, I think I'm gonna.
Oh, you do have one.
I think I'm gonna dive in.
See, and I only go to Sam's for gas. That's literally all I can use them for because their gas is always cheaper. And I don't even. There's not really a Sam's by me anymore. I have to do either the one way in Katy by the office or the one right there by City Center on my way into work or on my way back in. But I don't even know where the closest Costco is. But I don't know. Yeah. What are your, are you actually boycotting them or what are your?
I saw another too. It was on TikTok and basically saying like, well, they were speaking to like black women, or like black women essential, like let other people do it. I was like, you're right. Like, so I think this go around when it comes to all of this stuff, you were seeing a lot of vocal speak out of other races. And I think that made a positive just with kind of like, okay, we don't have to really do nothing too much this time. Other people are actually seeing what's going on and what this man is suing out of everybody. And so that's been interesting. So I don't go nowhere anyway, so
this is also true. This is true. It's funny because I was talking to I messaged her yesterday for something. Oh, and then Atisa texted me yesterday because they knew about the housewarming, obviously, because you picked up the table. And so apparently, I don't know how I missed this message. It was a Sunday after. Oh, I know how I missed it. She texted me the Sunday after the housewarming. She sent like I don't know, she was cleaning out something and found a note that I typed up a long time ago. I don't know. I missed it, apparently. But so she texted me again yesterday and was just like, hey, you never told us how, in our group message with my dad, you never told us how the party went. And then she sent me a photo. I guess they were at Walmart and the creamer that I like that I could never find in Katy. She was like, do you need any more creamer? And so finally I was like, no, party went well, but I had 2 creamers still frozen. So, cause I haven't been drinking coffee cause of my ADHD meds, I can't be mixing or I'm gonna be.
You're not those.
What happened?
You're not supposed to freeze those. I don't think so. I was reading something and I meant to tell you. I did that the labels tell me not to do anyways, but I think I'm right because I used to freeze milk sometimes. And you're not supposed to freeze milk, and I'd imagine that would be the same. But anywho, so that's very weird tangent. So really
no, that fits definitely in there. Thank you for letting me know that. I will look and see because now at the HEB that's right down the street from me, it's always there, so I don't need to freeze it. Yeah. But I should probably let them know. But I mean, we've been doing it for a little minute now, and
literally been live, so that's why I'm like, I think it's fine. Like you think about it, people freeze breast milk all the time, so milk is milk at the end of the day.
And I wonder, I need to look and see all the ingredients in those creamers because what if it ain't even milk? I mean, I know they have non-dairy creamers, but what else is in there? What else? Because even heavy whipping cream has a longer shelf life than regular dairy milk. So I'm assuming that's more so. Tangent. I'll look and we'll find out. But I haven't been using it because my ADHD meds, I haven't been drinking coffee, which I actually really miss. I'm starting to realize it. I know. I think I actually may make a green tea latte because I remember I bought the matcha. I'm going to try that finally because I bought that from Target, the little thing before all this crap happened.
Shit.
anyway, back to the story I was saying. So I sent that to her, and then she sent a photo of a shopping cart, and she was like, I'm in Target searching for some jeans or something like that. So I don't know if she was like going through the clearance, and I wanted to be like, so you're crossing the picket line. Because she, like, when I tell you her in Target like this, like she is in Target like 3 to 4 times a week, and she's on the Facebook group, Black Girls in Target. No, it's bad. It's really bad. And so I was wondering if but I realized that, it's weird because like when you think of all of the stuff in politics that is happening and stuff like that, the people that make all this money are never affected by it. It's always us.
Exactly.
Here. And I'm like, and my daddy probably don't even care, which is sad. But not you. Just where you going?
I need my charger.
Oh, okay. As you can see, we're going on location, ladies and gentlemen. Since YouTube will see this. Hello, y'all. This is Natalie's new apartment. But yeah, so it's been interesting to see all of the hashtag discourse that's taking place about the whole DE&I stuff. And I wish that there was someone that actually worked at one of these companies that is saying this, i.e.
like
Target, or
kind of
say like
going on in the background.
What is the background? Mm-hmm. Because our company, like we had a meeting because of this organization I'm in. Like I said, I got heavily involved in DE&I, which I've always been, but like I felt like this is how I'm going to try to do it if I can make a little bit of change. But like they were having like she started off, and our head of DE&I is a Black woman, love Black women, and she was like, nothing is changing for us here. If anything does happen, we'll make sure that we communicate that externally. Y'all won't find out on the internet or whatever like that. And I was like, I appreciate that stance, and at least them being forthcoming with that information and not having us have to ask, because they started the call and was like, so I'm just going to start by addressing the elephant in the room. And I was like, thank you for not making me have to sit here and just wonder this whole call if it's ever going to be addressed. But yeah, so that's been an interesting, again, I don't want to get political because there's so many headlines that we could talk about in the political space of things, but yeah, no, I don't. It's an interesting time, which we said last time, so take time away and all that fun jazz. But yeah, the DE&I stuff is interesting, specifically because of Target.
Supposed to be coming on soon.
What?
The Handmaid's Tale this season. I feel like we're already living it, like we said.
I feel like it's been up. I know we always end up going to shows and stuff, but it's crazy to me how the gaps between show seasons have grown so much. Like it used to be yearly, because I thought about it like P-Valley.
But
that's been gone.
Like the strike, but isn't the strike over? So like
the strike ended like last March.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was last March. Was that last year or the year before?
I think it was the year before.
Was it 2023? I don't know. But there's been plenty of shows that have returned. Yeah, years, but that have returned. Like I just saw like Euphoria season 3 just started filming, and I'm like, really? I don't remember anything that happened in Euphoria anymore.
I don't remember anything but Rue.
Mm-hmm.
When was this?
Was that season 2 though?
Yes, I think that was season 2.
Yeah, that was season 2.
Because that's when she found out whatchamacallit was
sleeping with homeboy.
Yeah,
but then I'm like, now Fez, he passed away, so I'm like, how is that going to? And then, which sucks even more because what was his little brother's name? Ashtray. Actually died at the end of it.
I know.
So I'm just like, where do they pick up from? Like, is Rue still gonna be a junkie? Is she gonna be clean? Like, I don't, because they said there's gonna be a time jump, so obviously.
Oh.
But you know how that goes. But I'm like, when? Because then her sister's not returning. My head is itching. I think it's probably time to shave. Rue's sister, Storm Reed. I was about to call that girl Stormy Daniels. Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Storm Reed isn't returning. I guess I'm assuming her mom probably won't return then if her sister's not there. So I'm just like, what is the purpose? And obviously, I'm going to assume this will be the last season because of how much. But I'm just like, that's another thing that I'm tired of. And I guess this is another tangent. Well, kind of headlines because so many shows are getting canceled. There's so many shows that are so good that just end up getting canceled. Like at the height of it. And I'm just like, it makes you not want to even get invested in stuff because you're like, if this is, because same thing with P-Valley. Like P-Valley, the first season was great. The second season was great. And then now I'm sitting here just like, waiting forever. I'm trying to think, like, you don't watch Game of Thrones or House of Dragon, but well, Game of Thrones, we ain't gonna talk about that. House of the Dragon, so good, but then you have to wait like 2 years for a season to come back out, and it's like, I understand that to an extent, like, shows have gotten better and like the production value and all this stuff like that, but Grey's, at the height of Grey's, was great TV, and we knew we were getting 26 episodes, and then they're gonna be back next year. Like, it's insane how long it takes now for shows, and especially when they're saying like people's attention spans aren't what they used to be, yet you make us wait all this time for shows to come back. And
that's literally how, like, Severance on Apple TV, I started watching the season 2, but I feel like I need to rewatch season 1. But as I'm watching it, I start to remember
it's coming back.
Like, dang, it's been so long.
No, I've heard. I want to watch that. Oh, I think we talked about this last time. Did you start Paradise?
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I think that might be the next show that I take on. Maybe this week.
I like it a lot. I love my Shirley Kate.
Oh, Jesus. What else? Okay, so that was the only hot topics that I had listed. Has there anything that's came across your desk this week that has piqued your interest, perplexed you, to talk about? We're on two different sides of spectrums here, because you're very TikTok and I'm very Twitter.
But I think they covered the same things, because my TikTok has literally been DI stuff, Grammys, all of that good stuff. I don't think really much anything else. A lot of Paradise, because you watch one thing and then you just keep seeing things about it, and so
right. Yeah, but that algorithm, I need to. The algorithm. I don't know. I still haven't figured out the algorithm. It'd be rhythming. Yeah, it does. I'm trying to think of that. I'm sure there's other stuff that has happened. I don't know if there's other things, people, that have happened. Let us know in the comments what we could have missed. We can totally talk about it in our catch up section of the next one. We did get a comment from someone on the mental health moment that we had for last episode about taking time away and, adding stuff in. And someone definitely agreed that they had to do that because they were going down that rabbit hole too. And I was like, yeah, it is so easy. I've tried to. It's hard because also, like we said, the algorithms be algorithming. And so they keep showing you everything, and it's hard to like block that out, which is why if you can, curate your feeds to be more positive and stuff like that, do that. But if not, go touch some grass. That's why we wore green today, so that we could tell y'all grass is greener over there. Do you have a mental health moment for the people this time? Is anything, Miss Therapist to the Stars?
I literally no. Think of it.
We like honesty around here. You totally do not have to have it.
Literally just reiterating the mental health moment from last week, and just kind of, continuing to put yourself first in the midst of all this.
I needed to hear that.
Get out of January. So I feel like that is a positive, but we still have a long way to go.
Very long. So. But it is Black History Month, so celebrate the blackity black. What? Oh, you froze when you said that.
I froze? Oh, I like
You're not frozen anymore.
I like mugs.
Yes, you do. Did you get a Black History mug?
See, yes, my man bought me this. Melanin
What does it say? Because oh my goodness, good job, twin. You've added to the collection. That your mug for the month while you on call? Are you in session?
Along with, since y'all are
really getting a show and tell y'all.
Show y'all. Along with this one. Isn't that so cute?
Oh, does that have words on it, or is it just hearts?
No, it's just hearts.
No words, just heart. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm loving that people get to see us now, because they actually get to,
you can go on journeys with us around here. You can see Bella and all that fun stuff.
She's like,
but
hello.
She's like, the last thing that I will add, because I said I was going to try to be better about promoting Black-owned businesses and Black-owned things. I think we talked enough about Beyonce and Kendrick and their Black excellence. But for those that are maybe like me and was having a rough week, and maybe you just needed a pick-me-up in the form of nutrition. If you are in Texas, specifically, because I don't think this HEBs are anywhere else, right? They're just in Texas.
No,
HEB is a Texas thing. If you are there, there is a juice brand and that is sold in HEB by the name of Jive, Jive. They are a Black woman-owned company, and their juices are actually really good. They have like, I think 4 or 5 different flavors. I've had the 2 green ones and I enjoyed them. I bought the beet one, but then I let it expire in my fridge. So I did not get to check that out. But their juices are good if you need some more nutrients in your system. If you're noticing you're feeling a little sluggish, maybe just put some nutrients in your system. And check out Jive. I know for sure they're at HEBs. They may be other places you can probably check out online, because most juice places will send, can ship and stuff like that. Because that place that you used to go to wasn't in Houston, where we get the frozen ones, huh?
No, it wasn't even in Texas.
Yeah, so you may be able to. So look up Jive Juices, and if I can find the link, I'll put it in the description for this. And then also, I'm doing my cleanse from Pressed. Sorry, I'm not really supporting, but they do have Black History labels on their bottles. So they are doing, I don't know if anything is like getting donated to any of those artists that created, I would assume, by bottle, but they are doing something. So people are trying to find their ways of not shutting out all these lovely months that celebrate cultures. So yes, check out Jive Juice if you're in Texas, or just support some local Black businesses. That is going to do it for this episode, right? You have nothing else? Just want to make sure. I love the natural light in yours. I need to turn like the light is all over here, and so I feel like I'm like half. Anyway, be sure to follow us on social media at Crazy Little Pod on Instagram. We're on TikTok, also on YouTube now. Leave us some comments. We want to know what you think. Let us know if you have topics you want us to formulate an episode around. We would love to get your feedback. And if you have any questions, need advice, all that fun stuff I'm not going to say I'm mentally deranged anymore, because I am working on myself, and I think I've gotten a lot better. I'm more mentally stable than once before. So a former mentally unstable person and a psychologist to the stars. Wow, because not psychiatrist, but maybe one day she'll go back and get that medical degree. Anyway, send it. You wouldn't do it?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Anyway, send in your letters. Send in your letters to askcrazylittlepod@gmail.com. We may read it on the show. That is all that I have. Follow us. Any last words from you, Miss Natalie, before we run away?
I just hope that everybody has a glorious day. Get outside, like TJ said, touch some grass.
Touch some grass. Literally, with your bare feet, not just your hands. And on that note, we will see y'all in 2 weeks. Toodaloo, peoples.
Bye.